Hey, hey, June 27th, June 27th, 2025. We live from Lower Manhattan. That's one of the federal court buildings right there, but we be in the other one back over there. So listen, we're gonna get right into it. I just gotta get everything here situated. Anthony Blackman, first in line. I see you. Intelligent Hoodlum, Big Tone. Big Tone. All right, so look, man. Listen. Share this video. You got to share this video. Give it a thumbs up. Shout out to all my members. Listen. What's up, man? How you doing? All right. Follow Sean G. The podcast was sold on Instagram. The podcast was sold on Spotify. Yesterday when I left the courtroom, y'all heard in my voice and in my delivery. Share this video to academics. Send this video to academics. Shout out to, what's up, baby? Shout out to academics. Academics, thank you for all of your support. Send this video to academics. What's up, baby? I see you. Yesterday, I was a little down. I was concerned. I had anxiety. I was worried because y'all know I'm invested in this case. That may be a good thing, that may be a bad thing, but whatever thing it is, the honest truth is I'm invested. Marc Agnifilo. I was concerned because I said, if he don't come out and do his thing, Puffy is doomed. I said that last night when I was by myself in my quiet moments, when I was walking down here today. And even when we got into the courtroom, court started at like 11 minutes after 9. Then they had a problem with the jury. One juror had some transportation problems. The jury came in, and at 9:32, Marc Agnifilo took off. The judge at 9:11 a.m. asked him, say, Mr. Agnifilo, are you ready? He said, yeah. And when he got ready, the judge said, bring in the jury. This is at 9:11 a.m. Then somebody said, yo, Judge, the jury ain't ready. There's a problem with one of the jurors. So I said, well, maybe this is some type of delay tactic on behalf of the government to try to get Marc to get nervous under the pressure. And we had to wait another 21 minutes. And I know that some people in pressure situations, everybody's not good under pressure. 9:32 came. Judge Submarine says, Mr. Agnifilo, are you ready? He says, I am, Judge. And he took off. The first words out his mouth to the jury. And he has on a microphone. He's got on a microphone so he can move around. He'd be down here. Then he come up here. He'd be up here. Then he get down. He come over here. Then he come. He is animated. He's demonstrative. He's all over the courtroom. He is displaying to everybody in the courtroom, including the judge, that he runs the courtroom. Look at me, focus on what I'm saying, listen to me, watch what I do, check me out. And he be everywhere. He got the microphone. Yesterday, we saw Assistant U.S. Attorney Slavic stand there and read to us like a Christmas book. Dark Skin Jermaine. Dark Skin Jermaine. The Assistant U.S. Attorney yesterday was reading something to us that somebody gave her to read. It wasn't hers. This was Marc Agnifilo's case. I think he's been Puffy's lawyer for a long time. He's invested in Puff. He knows the details of this case. He did not stand in front of the podium. His body language was erect. His eye contact was sharp. His hands were flying. He's cracking jokes, but being serious. He's dealing with the case. He's cursing. He's doing everything. He has total control of the courtroom. The first words out of his mouth, he said, there's 2 trials. He said, there's 2 trials. He said, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, there's 2 trials. He said, there's one trial with the evidence, with the witnesses, with the testimony, with the direct examination, and with the cross-examination. And then there's another trial, which is the fake trial. 2 trials. 2 trials. The real trial and the fake trial. He said there's the real trial and the fake trial. And when he did the fake trial, he pointed at Maureen Comey, Slavic, Johnson, Smart, all these U.S. attorneys. He pointed at them. He said, and then there's the fake trial that the prosecution is trying to put on. He pointed at them in their face, to their face. And then he went in. He said, Sean Combs is a successful black entrepreneur. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. This is a white man unafraid to deal with race. Check me out. He said Sean Combs is a very successful black man, black entrepreneur. Read it in the transcript. I didn't write no notes. I got no notes to read. The note taking is over. This is the Super Bowl. This is the Super Bowl. Blue 3, right? 36, 17, blue, hey. There's no more practice. There's no more scrimmages. This is the Super Bowl. This is the World Series, NBA Finals, NCAA Final Four. And the reason I couldn't take no notes, Ravens fan 22, the reason I couldn't take no notes is because Marc Agnifilo was all over the courtroom. He walked up and down. The microphone that he was using, he had a bad microphone. He had a bad microphone, one of them wireless joints. And when he was staying close to the joint, it would sound good. But then when he moved away, you couldn't really hear that good. So the hearing in the overflow was, sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad. But Everybody in the overflow. I'm in 24B. They had 24A. I think they had 23. Everybody in the overflow, when Marc Agnifilo was doing his thing, he's all over. He's here. He's walking here. What's up? I see you.
You're my favorite person.
I see you.
You all day.
I see you.
2 days in a row.
What's up, baby?
We've been looking for you.
Hey, listen.
I love him. Oh,
Listen. I couldn't take no notes because all of my attention was on Marc Agnifilo. He made everybody in the courtroom was sitting up like a Doberman Pinscher in the front seat with the window cracked. Everybody in the courtroom I was in 24B. Everybody was like this. Everybody. This was Marc Agnifilo. Marc Agnifilo was here. What's up, man? He here. He down here. He up here. Doing this. Down here, yeah. Go over there. Yeah. Whoa. Killed it. Killed it. Killed it. Killed it. Killed it. He dismembered the RICO. He said, man, he says, I can't believe, I didn't take no notes, but to the effect of what he was saying, I can't believe we here talking about a RICO case. I can't believe we talking about a RICO case. He says, this is a, he says Cassie and Puffy, they were swingers. He didn't run away from none of that. He killed it, man. He killed it. Everything, nothing of what that girl said yesterday, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. And Maureen Comey is gonna probably do the rebuttal after Marc Agnifilo is done. But who cares? It don't matter. It don't matter. Marc Agnifilo has won RICO cases. He has take care. Thanks for coming. What's your name? Danita, thank you, Danita.
All right, I'll tag you.
All right. Marc Agnifilo, this is what he do. This is what he do. He pulled apart the bribery. There is no bribery because no law enforcement was involved. Kidnapping, he destroyed Capricorn Clark. He destroyed Kid Cudi off the top of his dome. He was coming off the top of his dome. He had his notes. But see, them assistant U.S. attorneys are this is their occupation. They're employees. They're employees. Marc Agnifilo, this is his client. He pointed to his family. He said, Puffy helped people. Look at his family. Listen. Destroyed Kid Cudi. Destroyed Capricorn Clark. Destroyed Mia. Destroyed Cassie. There was never no rape. Man, he killed it, man. Puff, who's that right there? CB. You've done an excellent job covering this case. Black excellence. Marc Agnifilo brought it home, and he's talking to the juror. He walked like the jury is right here, right? This is like the jurors right here. Look, all the jurors is back here. What's up, man? All the jurors is back there. Marc Agnifilo did this. He walked right up to him. He ain't scared. Come right here. Stand right there. Whoa. Hey. right in front of the jury. Right in front of the jury. The girl yesterday, she stood there like this. Then they went to the store, and then there was, listen, man, game over, game over, game over. I've always said this from the beginning. These assistant U.S. attorneys, they can't match, they can't compete with no Marc Agnifilo. They can't compete. They're out of their league. They're out of their league. And it showed today. Today you saw a man get in front of the courtroom and say, this is what the fuck I do. I do high profile RICO cases. And let me show you how it's done. And all they could do was sit there and watch. Everybody in the courtroom, everybody, the courtroom in 26 is packed. 23B where I was packed. 23A packed. Now, the people that are anti-Puff, that want Puff to go to prison for 30 years at the age of 56, get sentenced to 30 years and do 26 years off the 30 and be 82. If he survives, he may die in prison. They want him to go to prison for a bullshit ass trial, right? They got mad. They mad. They getting up, walking out because they see Marc Agnifilo is taxing them. This is what I do. You understand? I do high profile RICO. That's what I do. Then we went on break. Right? So while we go on break, what's up with you, babe? How you doing? What's up, man? Everything good? I see you. Yeah. Yashara. What up? Thanks, Sean G, for bringing us the truth on a daily basis. So we go on break, right? We go on break. Now, during the closing arguments, you couldn't call no sidebar. You gotta let whoever up there just rock out. But if they was able, if the prosecution was able to do a sidebar, they would have said, sidebar, sidebar. They would have said, sidebar, sidebar. But they couldn't do no sidebar. But this is what they did. When they was on break, Maureen Comey, Assistant U.S. Attorney Maureen Comey, jumped up and said, we got 3 issues with what Marc Agnifilo did in terms of the kidnapping and the bribery, the kidnapping. So what Marc Agnifilo did when he dismantled the Southern District of New York's fake trial, Marc Agnifilo said there's 2 trials. There's the trial with the evidence, the witnesses, the testimony, the exhibits, the real trial, and then there's the fake trial that the prosecution has put on. So while he was crushing the fake trial, he said, you can't charge kidnapping for this reason after he broke it down. You can't charge bribery for this reason after he broke it down. So when we went on break, they got mad. The prosecution, what's if I say you? The prosecution got mad, and the jury was sent out. So now they arguing back and forth. They wanna diss Marc Agnifilo and shut him down. And then Judge Submaranian, he side with he only 2 years on the bench. He shouldn't even be on such a high profile case. He's only got 2 years on the bench, and a case of this magnitude is above his experience level. This case should have been given to a much more senior judge, but we're here and this is what we're dealing with. he right off the bat side with the prosecution, saying, okay, well, when the jury comes back, I'm going to instruct them that they needed to disregard everything Marc said about the kidnapping, the bribery, because Marc killed it, right? Then, once the judge said that, Alexander Shapiro, Puffy's other lawyer, you know, Puffy got about 9, 10 lawyers. Got like 9, 10 of them. Got like 9, 10 of them. Got paying them tall dollars. He paying his lawyers tall money. The assistant U.S. attorneys, they make short money down here. Puffy paying his lawyers tall. Alexander Shapiro jumped up and said, hey, Judge, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Yesterday, when the federal prosecution made allegations, damn near outright lies and violated the law, we didn't say nothing. We didn't say nothing. We let them do their thing. So for y'all to do that to us today would be prejudicial and it would be unfair. Maureen Comey jumped back up. She said something. Oh, well, we didn't stop them yesterday. Then they went, who is that right there? Dark-skinned Jermaine. I'm here for interest of the demise of successful black men in federal court. In the process of learning the facts, I became a supporter of Diddy. We should all be seeking truth, wanting Puff to die in prison is crazy work. Dark-skinned Jermaine, thank you for that super chat. Maureen Comey stood back up and said, well, we didn't, you know, they didn't stop us because we didn't break the law. But Alexander Shapiro, she had sat down at this point. So the judge started back talking. Alexander Shapiro, Puffy, stood back up and said, yo, hold up. I wasn't finished. And she said, if you're going to admonish and chastise Marc Agnifilo, don't do it now. Wait till he finished. Because that would influence the jury that he did something wrong. They didn't say nothing. So they brought the jury back in, and right off the rip, the judge did what Alexander Shapiro asked him not to do and kind of straightened him out in front of the jury. You understand? But, you know, Marc Agnifilo, he didn't allow that to get in his dome. He kept right on going, went right back for the jugular vein. Right back for the jugular vein. You know, and basically said Cassie and Puff, like their bedroom life, their freaky bedroom life, whatever they did, they were swingers, right? And they were entitled to do that. You know, they like to do threesomes. You know, he even talked about doing anal. He brought that up in court. In court. He said it. Because there's no time now to be conservative. There's no time now to be cautious. There's no time now to be afraid. A man is looking at a life sentence or 30 years in prison for this charge. So he got to let it all go. And he basically said that what they do in their sex life is personal. It has nothing to do with Combs' successful businesses. You understand? He ran down on Mia, Marc Agnifilo. It's a done deal. As far as I'm concerned, I don't even care what Maureen Comey, what her rebuttal is. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. And that's what we needed. You know, Puffy needed this, man. He needed this. He needed this. And all that has to be done. And see, why I like that they selected Marc Agnifilo is you got 9 men on the jury. 9. And then you have a man presenting the closing argument, right? And a white man at that presenting the closing argument. That's powerful. That's powerful. And he hit a home run, man. Everybody who was anti-Puff, they was getting up, leaving the courtroom out. This motherfucker, because it's over. It's over. The burden of proof is on the prosecution. Puffy is innocent, and he said that. Yo, this is what he said too. He said if there was any winner in this case, it's Cassie. She's got $30 million. And she's not no victim. She's not. She says, then he pointed at Puff. He said, Puffy is in jail. Look at him. He's in jail with 4 U.S. Marshals escorting him back and forth to his cell. Who really won here and who lost? You know, he got rid of the rape. You know, he dealt with everything, man. The arson, no fingerprints, no DNA of Puff at the arson. He went to Kid Cudi's house to fight Kid Cudi. Because Puffy probably told him, I went to fight Kid Cudi, and Kid Cudi said he wanted to fight Puff. He said, man, they were gonna have just a regular fist fight as men. There was no gun. Capricorn Clark said that there was a gun. He also talked about Capricorn Clark wanting Puffy to hit it. All them years, he might have hit it. Puffy might have hit it a few times, I think. You understand? And the reason she was jealous of Cassie is because she wanted Cassie's spot. Cassie had a Jaguar payment done, rent paid, clothes. She's on the red carpet with Puff. She on his jet. Puffy is in the, and she wanted Cassie's spot, but Puffy didn't look at her that way. Let's talk about the kidnapping joint. He framed this perfectly. He said Capricorn Clark testified she was kidnapped doing the lie detector joint. She went 5 days to have the lie detector, but she went home every night. He said, how the hell could you be kidnapped and you go home every night? Then he pointed to the jury. He said, look, he said, all y'all come here, you've been coming here every day for 2 months. Are you kidnapped? You get to go home every night, right? He says, there's no kidnap. And he just killed it, man. He killed it, man. I don't know, we keep putting these clown faces on. You know, Puffy's chances of getting acquitted went up exponentially today. If I'm on the jury, not guilty. I don't know if I could go not guilty, but I can't go guilty. I can't. There's nothing I could go, you know. And then he showed the tape where Puffy assaulted her at the elevator. And he slowed it down to show that when Puffy came around the corner in the towel, right, and threw it down, he had nothing in his hands. But what's up, man? What's going on? But after he threw it down and he's walking away, he's got a phone in his hand. So that Cassie took his phone and was gonna go through his phone and start, you know, he talked about all Puffy's women. And then he brought up the point, and I thought this was good. How do we know? Because yesterday the prosecutor said that, oh, he threw her down and he was dragging her back to a freak off that she didn't want to go to. But he said, how do we even know there was another dude in the room? Because there's no evidence that there was another man in the room. They said Jules. How do we know he was even in the room? He broke it down, man. He broke it down. You know, I can't see, to me, there's nothing that the assistant U.S. attorney, whoever's gonna do the rebuttal, because the government gets to do a rebuttal to what Marc Agnifilo just did. What's up, Sidney? Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. I can't see nothing. Hey, Sidney, you was in there, right?
Yeah.
Come here. I can't see anything that y'all saw Sydney on my channel. I can't see anything that Maureen Comey can say to get the jury. What about Marc's presentation today, man? Versus the girl yesterday sitting there reading a book to us.
Night and day. He's comical with it. He's got the jury's attention. He's got everyone's attention in the courtroom. But what killed it for me was at the end when he completely discredited the whole rape situation. The way he had the whole courtroom just said, "Oh my goodness!" Like he broke it down, the timeline, the date, and then now.
When the husband called on the FaceTime on the Bat Boogie phone.
On the Boogie phone.
The Bat Boogie phone.
Discredited the whole rape. The rape is no good. And once the judge said at the beginning, if you feel somebody lying at any point, you can discredit the whole testimony. And with the rape being discredited now, the whole testimony can be discredited.
Right, because Cassie said that Puffy took it, that he took the kitty cat in September of 2018?
14, yeah, 18, right.
2018. But what happened was she started dating her now husband. He told the whole story.
Right. Broke it down.
Puffy got with Cassie while she dealing with the new dude who's now her husband and father to her 3 kids. So while Puffy hitting it
3 o'clock in the morning.
Dude, her now husband is calling her on the FaceTime.
She didn't answer.
The Bat Boogie phone. She didn't pick it up. Right?
The next day, Puffy hit her up and said, "Yo, you talking about me? Got other chicks? You got somebody calling your phone FaceTime 3 o'clock in the morning? What's up?"
Right. Puffy said, "You always going through my phone, checking on my honeys, but me and you together, and your Bat Boogie phone ringing. This is what the Marc is calling the Bat Boogie phone."
And she tried to play it off and make it like, "Oh, it ain't nothing, it ain't that serious."
Right.
And that's when the lawyer said, "Oh, Cassie, come on now," and the whole courtroom just started laughing.
Right. And the husband found out, her current husband found out, and when he found out, Cassie told him as an excuse that he took the kitty cat. And then that's when the whole story of Puffy taking it from her in August of 2018, that whole story came about. And then Puffy hit it again in October, 60 days later. He hit it again. So everybody in the courtroom was like, Marc Agnifilo, I thought he did a good job.
He did a wonderful job. He won the case. Like he owes Puffy his life. Puffy owes him his life. That's it. It's a wrap.
Can you see 12 guilties after what?
No, not at all. I can't even see.
I couldn't see 12 guilties yesterday or the day before, but after today with Marc Agnifilo, I definitely can't see it.
That's it. So
no RICO. He dismembered the RICO.
And he's not done.
Yeah, they still got to do the. Appreciate you, Sidney.
Yeah, no problem.
They still got to do the. He broke down the trafficking. You know, how could you traffic somebody you're in a relationship with, that you're in love with? And he said, look, I'm not gonna put up a whole bunch of exhibits, and we're not gonna read a whole bunch of text messages because you know that already, and I don't have that kind of time, and I don't want to waste your time. You already know. And he just killed it, man. He killed it. It's beyond the reasonable doubt that Puffy is innocent, man. And this is what he brought up too. He said this isn't about RICO. This is about money. This is about money. Dawn Richard suing him for $6.5 million. Cassie sued him for $30 million. Mia sued him for $10 million. Brianna Bogelin sued him for $10 million. This is about money. Peaches, what's up? I see you. And that's it, man. That's it. Amazing performance, man. Under pressure. Under pressure. You got to be able to perform under pressure. Based upon, this case could have went either way. If Marc Agnifilo would have got up there and got scared and folded, it would have been done for Puff. Because then the prosecution comes back with their rebuttal and they just bury him. But Marc Agnifilo, he breathed life back into Puffy's case. You know, just an amazing performance, man. MVP. Free Puff. Free Puff. You know, I've been telling y'all all along, them assistant U.S. attorneys, and shout out to Alexandra Shapiro. She's a dog, man. Alexandra Shapiro, she don't take no shit. She called for 3 mistrials in this case when Breonna Bogelin got up there and perjured herself on the stand. She got up there today and she told the judge to his face, she said, "Judge, I object, and if you want to say something and to correct Marc Agnifilo, you can't do it now. You got to wait till he finished, because we didn't interrupt the prosecution. We didn't object to the prosecution, but the judge sided with the prosecution because the judge's check comes from the Southern District of New York, as well as the prosecutors come from the Southern District of New York." You know, and shout out to Alexander Shapiro, man. Mo, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate your hard work, bro. Appreciate you too, Mo. Thank you, man. All right, Sidney, you going?
Yeah,
all right, cool. All right, all Puffy's families in there. Go get Christian, Puffy's son Christian's. His album came out today. Him and Kanye West did an album. Go get that. I think it's a done deal, man. You know, what are you gonna do? You got 9 men on the jury. 9 men, and you know, Marc Agnifilo, not minimizing the women. Like I told y'all, I watched my mother be a victim of domestic violence in the worst way in the 70s, when domestic violence was really domestic violence. So I don't minimize or condone domestic violence. And Marc talked about that too. He brought up a Cassie Instagram post where Cassie posted on her Instagram that this is a domestic violence case. And he went on that. He said she didn't say this was a RICO case. She didn't say this was a kidnapping case. She didn't say this was a trafficking case. She didn't even say she was trafficked. She said on her own Instagram, this was a domestic violence case. And that's exactly what it turned out to be, man. Shout out to everybody in the live chat. I'm not going back. It's over. It's over. Marc Agnifilo was all over the courtroom. Hand movements, moving over here, coming over here, talking over here to the jury, pointing to the family, walking in between Puffy and them sitting in the back. Alexander Shapiro, normally it'd be Marc Agnifilo, Tenny Garagos, Puffy, Brian Steele, Jason Driscoll, and then Alexander Shapiro in the back. But today, Tenny Garagos was sitting on against the wall, and Alexander Shapiro was sitting right next to Marc Agnifilo. And then in front of them is the federal prosecutors. He walking, see, body language is everything, man. Body language is everything. You can't have your shoulders slump, and in tension situations, and I learned this when I was in prison, that you're always on stage and everybody's always looking at your body language, because your body language reflects your thoughts. And if you're thinking weak thoughts, your body will show that and you will get taken advantage of. So even when you scared, even times in prison when I was scared, I never let my body language slump. Your shoulders can't slump. You can't look down. You gotta always be up no matter what. And you gotta still keep moving around the way you've always moved around, even before you got scared. And Marc Agnifilo, he's walking through all of the people behind the prosecutors. And when he does that, you let the opponent know that I'm bringing my energy. I want to dominate your energy. Any energy you trying to bring, I want to dominate it. He walking in between him. He back here. Oh man, it was crazy. It was crazy. He took over the courtroom. I couldn't write notes because I'm looking at him like, what the fuck is he gonna do next? You understand? And then while he's being so demonstrative and animated, he's spitting facts. He's shredded. Puffy's lawyers annihilated every witness that got on the stand. No matter what they said, Brian Steele, Nicole Westmoreland, Jonathan Bach, Xavier Donaldson, Jason Driscoll, Alexandra Shapiro, Anna Estevello, Tenny Garagos, Marc Agnifilo, Brian Steele. They destroyed every single witness. Every time, not one got away. And they did it again today. He did it again today. He did it again today in the closing argument. It's over. It's over. Puffy, you know, with the feds, man, the feds do what they want to do. And if they play fair, which they haven't been, there's no way a guilty verdict could come back. There's no way Puffy should be doing 30 years or 20 years or 15 or 10. If they get him on something, he talked about the drugs and the drugs. He's a drug addict. Marc said this. Puffy's a drug addict. It's a personal use. All the drugs that were found were in quantities that were personal use. But in the indictment, they got it listed under the RICO, possession with the intent to distribute. How the fuck do you distribute 6 ecstasy pills? What is that? 0.7 grams of cocaine. You know, if they play fair. A gun issue? Yeah, he explained, he talked about the guns. You know, if they leave the jury alone and don't threaten and intimidate the jury, Puffy should be home on July the 4th, eating hamburgers, man, drinking a soda with his daughters. The prosecution has failed to prove their case beyond the reasonable doubt. Failed. And Damian Williams, the United States attorney who brought this case was a trash can case from the beginning. And Marc Agnifilo, he kept pointing at the prosecutors, saying that, you know, they presented a fake trial to you. This is a fake trial. This is a fake RICO. This is not a RICO. Because he's like, I do RICOs. I do real RICO cases. And this ain't one of them. This ain't one of them. So I'm optimistic. I feel good. I got a bunch of people here sitting here watching me. This is the most ever. They sit here looking at me in my face. Shout out to Puffy's family. Shout out to Puff. Shout out to his kids, his daughters. You know, the federal prosecutors did not prove their case. That girl yesterday reading to the jury was a catastrophe. And all they did, let me show you their strategy from yesterday. They took that video where Puffy assaults Cassie in the hallway, which he does. He's guilty of assault. Marc Agnifilo acknowledged that today. They kept looping that video and showing Puffy stomp on a kicker and saying if he could do that, he did bribery. Right? Then when they got the sex trafficking, they would show the video. If he did that, he could do kidnapping. If he did that, he could do arson. If he did that, he could do force and coercion. This is force and coercion. He's dragging her back to a freak off she don't want to go. And all that got shredded today, man. All of that got shredded today. It's over with. It's over with. It's over with. And Marc Agnifilo was the pick. He proved that he was the right man for the job. I liked him. I liked him. And I knew he was gonna be fine because I watched him the whole case. He sat right on the corner. He's the lead lawyer, and he was always taking notes. Him and Puffy, the whole trial, passing notes back and forth. You know, Brian Steele is money. Brian Steele is money. All of them money. But Agnifilo came through in the clutch when it counted, when it mattered. And in my opinion, it's over with. It ain't nothing left to talk about. Let that man go home. It's over with. You know, it's over with. I want to thank everybody, man, for checking me out. Shout out to DJ Academics. Academics, thank you, man. You helped me a great deal. You helped my platform. Make sure go follow me on my Instagram, The Podcast Was Sold. Spotify, The Podcast Was Sold. What's going to probably happen? 360 Jeezy, what up, man? I've been here cutting hair in the barbershop day in and day out. I love how you told the story of the trial. You remind me of the way I should accept the way I would do it is better than you. Hey, man, listen. My cup of coffee better than yours, man. Your coffee, hey, your coffee ain't no good. Check me out right here. Watch how I sip my coffee. Check me out. I sip my coffee better than you. Hey, shout out to everybody that gave Super Chat if I wasn't able to acknowledge you. Appreciate everybody for coming through. So what they're supposed to do, I'm not going back because it's over with. If Marc Agnifilo doesn't take up the whole day, Maureen Comey is going to get up and offer her rebuttal, and then the judge is going to give the jury instructions. And out of his mouth, he said that's going to take a long time. So we'll be back here Monday. The jury may not get the case until Monday afternoon, and Tuesday and Wednesday, there's still a lot more to go. So I'll see y'all on Monday. Y'all have a good weekend. Sean G, what's up, man? Yeah. I see you. Yeah. Sean G, peace out. And remember, integrity ain't never went out of style. And authenticity is the highest vibration in the universe, higher than fear and higher than love. Sean G, peace.